Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Madsen, and today we're reading Amos 6 through 7. Yay for shorter reading assignments. Can I get an amen? Every word of today's daily walk was so good and so convicting, I just have to share every word. A man works double shifts and weekends so that his overtime income will cover the payments on his new camper and boat. But when vacation time comes, he's too exhausted to drive to the lake. A wealthy executive relates how, as a young man, he recklessly neglected his health to make millions, and now, later in life, he finds himself spending the millions he earned to regain the health he lost. These stories illustrate the subtle effects of materialism. This sickness begins with our desire to own things, but all too often those things turn around and begin to own us. Luxury-loving Israel was so owned by its possessions and materialistic lifestyle that God had become the previous owner. Enjoying these things from God had replaced enjoying God himself. You may proudly think of your house, your car, your boat, your whatever as being owned by me, but never forget it is actually loaned by God. Wouldn't now be a good time to consider a transfer of ownership? Again, that is from our daily walk in our Bibles. Let me be clear. I am not saying money is bad. Money is needed and essential to give to churches and good causes. It is the love of money that is the concern. So, of course, I'm including a link from Got Questions about the love of money being the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't say money is the root of all evil. If you hear people say that and attribute the Bible, you might want to question their attribution. It is the love of money that can be the problem. So it's such an important distinction to make. After reading all these prophets, maybe you'll have a different understanding of what it really means to be blessed. Is it big cars, huge houses, and a good job? Or if those were really God's blessings, wouldn't that make him kind of materialistic? Maybe we actually are blessed by God himself and the fact that he sent his one and only son to save us. Now that's a blessing. I'm going to repeat this again. Can I get an amen? Okay, that was kind of harsh and convicting, but I hope it came across in a very loving way. Again, I'm speaking to myself here, preaching to the choir. Tomorrow is the last day of Amos. I told you these minor prophets were a lot shorter than some of those major prophets. Happy reading!